Hello and welcome to A Star to Steer Her By, your favorite Star Trek podcast. My name is Caitlin and with me today are...
Jake.
Chris.
And Ames.
And we're here for episode 407.
Woo!
Boo, 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 boo. I haven't air horned in a minute. And we're talking about Unification Part 3. So, oh my god, I've just spent so much time talking about Crocodile Dundee. That's your post-credits. My explanation of plot of Crocodile
10
Dundee.
minutes of it?
Yeah. Okay, so, Michael... Guys, don't worry. If you were afraid that getting bumped down from first officer was going to make Michael Burnham not the most important person in the universe, good news, still the most important person in the universe. Her officer's log is like how she doesn't feel like she's at home and she doesn't belong anywhere, and it's all very sad. But the information that they got from those black boxes does show that there was a difference of microseconds between the detonation of the dilithium on board the ships. So that means they can triangulate it, right? And Tilly's like, yeah, if we were in fucking 2D space, you fucking idiot. Which I would have expected Michael to know that. Anyway, well, we need more information. Well, I remember reading about this Project SB-19 that the Vulcans did. I wonder if we could get information from them because, if we could use that and triangulate and use that information, then we could definitely find out where the burn started. Well, it turns out that the Vulcans have been reunified via the efforts of Spock back in the TNG days.
Post-Picard as well.
Hundreds of years after his death. But the Vulcans and Romulans are friends again and they live on Vulcan, but... Listen.
They're roommates.
Who is talking about this episode? Anyway, they live together in relative harmony on Vulcan, but it's not Vulcan anymore. Now it's Navarre, which... Who came up with that?
I actually know, and we'll tell you later.
I think it's in a book or something.
Take a look. It's in a book. Anyway, we're in Navarre, and we're going to Navarre, but we find out that Navarre pieced the fuck out of the Federation because reasons? I don't really remember why. We can get into it. It doesn't need to be in this summary.
Yeah.
So they go to Navarre, and they meet the president of Navarre, this hot Vulcan lady named Tarina, it looks like.
Yes.
Sounds like Tarine. I don't really care for that. But Tarina... And she's like, hey... sorry, I skipped the most important part of the show, which is Michael. Admiral Vance is like, they won't give it to us, but if we tell them that Spock's sister is coming...
Who's been erased from history and the whole logbooks and everything.
Maybe they'll talk to her. Send them a message. Tell them Michael Burnham is coming. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you, this show. And at first, I kind of thought, because Saru was like, well, I had to take her off, she's no longer my first officer. I thought Admiral Vance was going to pull a Kelvin universe and be like, well, she's your first fucking officer again. But speaking of first officers, Saru has offered the job to Tilly, at least in an acting... Capacity, thank you. And Tilly, of course, is having feelings because she's like, best quality. I'm an ensign and I'm like, have no expertise and I really probably shouldn't be first officer. But I mean, when it comes to trustworthy people, you can't, how would she ever be able to lie? I just feel like she's so hard on her sleeve at all times. Anyway, we go to Navarre. President Tarina is like, yeah, it's really nice to see you. Spock was really great. We're not fucking giving you anything. And Michael is like, oh, well, do you still follow the old ways? And Tarina's like, you know it. And she's like, well then,
LFP anyone?
I would like to invoke T'Kalen Ket!
Oh god! Bum, bum, bum. And they're like, yay, an excuse to use the gong!
I loved that. I'm not gonna lie. And what that is basically a trial to, figure out if what she's asking for is based in scientific fact, I guess?
It's like the weird bastard child of a trial and a thesis defense.
Yeah, it's
wild.
Which
feels very Vulcan.
It does. But, if you were worried that she was going to have to go it alone, with no counsel or whatever, no. They're going to provide her a counsel, which is a Shamalama Ding Dong. Shalon Kai.
Yeah,
Shalon Kai. Shalon Kai, the advocate assigned during T'Kalen Ket. Chaussette?
Chaussette is the Vulcan word for it. Because Michael wouldn't know Romulan.
Who the fuck wrote this? Dr. Seuss? Jesus Christ almighty! So there's a walk-it in my pocket, and we're going to fucking trial, and it turns out the advocate who was assigned to Michael has a very vested interest in this trial because, dun dun dun, it's her mom! What?
Do we flatter her, sir?
You flatter me, sir, you flatter me. Jake, you do it better.
You flatter me, sir, you flatter me.
Love. And it turns out that she has joined a really weird group of Romulans that believe in total candor. So, like...
I wonder where we've heard of them before.
Picard... Were they coming out at the same time?
No.
Picard season 1 had already ended before this came out.
But we didn't meet, what's his name yet?
Yeah, we had. He was in season 1.
Yeah, so they'd established...
Oh, right.
That's the thing. We've now, like, in the real world, they'd established the Takakakak, or whatever they're called. But, of course, because of the way... Yeah, that sounds right.
Every time I hear that, I think of Kabbalat Shabbat,
that's
which is like a weekly. It's like a Kabbalat Shabbat is like Jewish services on Friday nights. So every time they said it, I was like, yes, Kabbalat Shabbat.
Like a lot of Vulcan culture is stuff that like
Nimoy
borrowed from Judaism to begin with,
including the Live Long and Prosper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually saw at the MFA recently they have a little section for Jewish American stuff they have, and they have like a Torah. Vault thing. There's a proper word for it that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, but it had like the hands, and it's like wow. I mean, I knew it was from Judaism, but to see it on a piece of art is very surreal.
Was it tefillin?
Couldn't tell you.
Probably not. Anyway, so it's her mom, and her mom's like, "Oh, it's nice to see you. It's gonna be so great. We're gonna do trial together. Isn't that nice?" And they get to trial. And the trial appears to be built up of, we've got a Romulan and a Vulcan and a half Romulan, half Vulcan, I think.
Yep.
And our first ginger from either of those races.
Yeah. And this is why Romulans and Vulcans shouldn't be together. You can't have that. You can't have ginger Vulcans running around. I'm just kidding, gingers. We love you. Anyway, the main guy in charge of this undertaking is our full Vulcan, and he is like, fuck you, pretty much. That seems to be his stance. We're not giving you anything.
The best part was that, like, when Michael was talking to Mom about it, she's like, "Oh yeah, so and so is gonna fucking love me because of the logic."
Yeah.
I forgot the emotion. This is a show about emotion, Michael.
Which is why the Romulan is on your side.
Wow, and as Chris alluded earlier, maybe things are not something is rotten in Denmark, as it turns out, because the Romulan, they have a bunch of back and forth. We don't really need to fucking get into it, but the ultimate thing is, the Vulcan is like no, the half Vulcan is like maybe, the Romulan is like yes. Who could have fucking foreseen this? And the Romulan's like, well, you know what? It seems like you've got a good plan, so if the Vulcans won't give it to you, the fucking Romulans will. And they almost fucking ruin reunification. And Michael's like, nope, that's it. I'm not doing this. She grabs the gong. She's like, I withdraw my request. Boom. And she withdraws her request after being super honest about the fact that, like, she needs to know, she wants it to know because she can't figure out where the fuck she belongs. It's very personal for her. And she's like, you know what? I don't want anything from you. That's fine. You don't want to give it to me. That's fine. Good. Bye. And so she goes back to her quarters and has a sulk, as Michael Burnham's do. And her mom shimmies in and she says, good time to try doing some parenting, which I thought, I'm going to try that on my mother sometime and see how that goes. She'll love that. I can't wait. Anyway.
Talk about absolute candor.
Oh, my mom is the worst. It's on record. Don't delete this.
I wasn't planning on it. I know she doesn't listen.
To anything I say, so definitely not to this podcast. Anyway, her mom's like, touche, but also, look what they gave me. And it turns out President Torino was moved by Michael's honesty and bearing herself to the council and was like, you know what? I'm the president. I can do what I want. Technically I'm allowed to fucking pardon Ghislaine Maxwell if I want. And they're like, Torino, what the fuck? Why would you do that to a fucking convicted sex offender?
Trafficker. Yeah.
Trafficker. Sorry. No, I mean, Torino, why would you hand over these datas? Well, you're president, and technically you can do that.
And I kind of want to bone your captain.
Oh, God. Yeah. And that's...
Caitlin hasn't seen season 5.
Well, I do know that.
But they're already, like...
Oh, yeah.
They see it early.
eye-fucking each other.
I forgot about that.
And honestly... the way she looks at him at the end before they leave, like she's just looking up at him and she's so vulnerable, and I was like, damn, dude, I want to smash Tarina. Like, who the fuck can blame him? And Saru. I want to be the meat in that sandwich, is what I'm saying. Anywho's, we got the data, and there's a cute scene where Tilly goes down to the science department, and everybody stands up, and when she enters, and she's like, Stamets, you told them, and I didn't say yes yet. And everybody says, I'm Spartacus. No, they say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes. And so Tilly will be first officer, and then Michael shows up and is like, oh no, did I miss the say yes? Oh, get the fuck out of here. And Tilly's like, oh, I want your blessing. And Michael's like, you don't need it. And then we show her and Book in a very lovely scene at the end, and they're holding each other, and he's like, and you're gonna stay, huh? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, but you feel like home. And she's like, you too. And then the credits roll.
He's like, but I got a cool ship and a cat, and I can go anywhere else.
And this hog.
Grudge was purring her ass off in that.
Good kid.
I was like,
I mean, to be fair, it was the Foley artists, but
yeah, for sure. I love Grudge. My God.
I like to imagine the cat is actually just so huge that the mics pick it up and they can't overwhelm it.
I would like to thank the writers of Discovery for giving me the easiest to describe episode of all time, because that may have been the best job I've ever done summarizing an episode, and it's because nothing happens.
What's funny, too, I think, is, like, this gets back to something Ames said a few weeks ago.
Ooh.
Where we said, you know, the ultimate Star Trek Mary Sue might, in fact, actually be Spock. Because Michael, in this case, is the most important person in the universe because of her connection to... It's like transitive, like, really, it's Spock again, but we're going via Michael because he's dead in the Kelvin universe.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. In the main timeline, he just disappeared. No one knows what happened to him. He's presumed dead in that accident.
I like the detail that Michael says, you know, I couldn't bring myself in the whole year I've been here to look up what happened to Spock, because, you know, I can imagine that being a personal thing. Because you also know, like, he is definitely long dead, unless he's also a time traveler, which he does do sometimes.
True.
But, for some reason, she never looked up what happened on Vulcan, the place where she lived for most of her upbringing.
Well, I was thinking, like, we know that they spent several weeks just kind of getting some sort of training and having the ship redone, and it's like...
Michael's been there over a year!
Well, it's about nobody...
She's been in a different part of the galaxy with Book.
Yeah, she's been doing shit, but, like, no one in those several weeks, and we don't know how long it's been since the last episode, so, like, no one in all this time has sat down and gone, I should see what happened to the other Federation worlds. And I know
no kidding. Where's Andoria at?
Well,
we know where they are.
Yeah, like, we know it. That's the thing I was thinking is, like, so Earth's out, Navarre's out, Andoria's out.
Andoria's joined the Orions. Where's
so, like,
Telos?
I was going to say, the Tellarites might be the last founding species still in the Federation. We don't know.
Funny.
But yeah, so yeah, this Nivar people, huh? They seem like real jerks.
So that's right. So the crazy thing is that name is an absurdly deep cut. The term Nivar, this is via Memory Alpha, was coined in 1967 by linguist Dorothy Jones, who was writing fanfic for, like, fanzines back during the original run of TOS. It means to form and was an art form practiced on Vulcan. So, like, it's an old fan term, but also the whole to-form thing makes it make sense thematically for a reunited Vulcan. It's like, wow, that's a really...
Yeah. There's a whole fascinating moment where, you know, Vance is cluing Saru and Michael in on, you know, what happened with Nivar. And they're doing some great, like, actual, like, we do none of this.
Yeah.
Weren't the Romulans enemies? What the actual... Vulcan changed their name? What? But also, I don't know if it's present in the scene that they don't even know that Romulans and Vulcans are the same race.
Yeah, he mentions that.
He mentions that. What was their response? Because I don't think I caught that one.
I don't think they responded. I think
they just continued to look baffled.
That should be earth-fucking-shattering.
Yeah, well, because they don't even... The Federation doesn't seem to know, or at least Starfleet doesn't seem to know about it until Balance of Terror.
Right,
yeah.
Which hasn't happened yet.
But Spock kind of knew about it. Like, he was less...
He suspected.
He was less surprised. Yeah. Like, it seems like it was sort of, like, kind of known on Vulcan, but...
It sounds like it was maybe kind of an open secret sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like one of those, we think, but we don't technically have proof, so we're gonna just...
We do love secrets.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, I mean, that thing
Great
is
song.
Vulcans do not.
I haven't seen it. I really have to. I know,
It's so good, and Kanto is excellent. Watch Encanto.
Vulcans never talk about anything until their hand is absolutely forced.
But do they talk about Bruno?
Ironically, yes. It's the one thing they do talk about. They fucking love that movie. I'm sorry. I feel like I fucked that up. We had a flow going and I ruined it.
You son of a bitch.
Flojo.
What the hell had we been talking about?
Romulans, your favorite thing.
I know, I love them.
One of the interesting things I thought about this is, so we meet these 3 tribunal members.
One always lies.
Yeah,
One always speaks
one
the
always
truth.
tells the truth.
This statement is
And
false.
one always punches you in the face.
Yeah.
That'll be the Romulan.
Well, the thing is, like, the Romulans are not the jerks
No.
this time. It's the Vulcans who continue their Enterprise ways of just being absolute killjoys.
Mm-hmm. Absolute Candor, absolute Killjoys.
Mm-hmm. And I like the old reverse psychology that old Momchael pulled there, trying to get a rise out of Michael.
I in my notes at that point, I was just like, I wanted one of them to go like, is this still actually about the? Do you two need a minute?
Yeah, is Gabrielle a good advocate or a terrible advocate?
I think we're meant to think that it was a whole like plot. It was a
Romulan plot.
It was a Romulan plot to get Michael to withdraw her application so that like everyone would see how good she is and go along with it or whatever.
Yeah, no, after all these centuries, the Romulans finally make plots that work.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, though. Like, how did she know that would work? She doesn't know Michael. She knew Michael when she was 7.
She used to spy on Michael all the time, though.
Yeah,
So she thinks she knows Michael.
That's the thing, is I had thought that at first, too, but I was like, oh yeah, no, like, it's so weird, because, like, Michael really doesn't know her mother, but her mother knows her kind of well.
First time she and Ash were fucking, she was just like, oh yeah, baby, get that dick.
Baby girl.
Baby girl, there it is, yep.
But that because at first I was like that. I was like, wow, they're weirdly familiar for people who don't really know each other. It's like, actually, one of them does know the other one. That's so strange.
I mean, as much as you can know someone by only spying on them.
Ooh.
True,
Which,
but...
I'm not going to advocate that.
No, certainly not. But, like, she did clearly get a bead on her daughter because
I
it
read
worked.
your Facebook profile.
The thing I don't understand about Mom and her presence here
Most of it.
is like, oh yeah, so the last time we saw Mom,
The
she
contrivance of it.
she got sucked into a time portal.
Yeah.
And supposedly, presumably ended up in a future with no other sentient life in the whole galaxy.
No, she got banged into the fixed one somehow.
Somehow.
Well, they thought she would, though. Remember? That was their theory.
Yes,
She
but this
would,
confirms
she'd
it.
wind up on Terra Nova or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
This was
Terralisium.
Terra
I think so,
Elysium.
yeah.
she got Jennifer'd from
Paramecium.
from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But yeah, so somehow she ends up a Bene Gesserit on Vulcan.
Her and her weirding ways.
Yeah, she's just gonna Gom Jabbar
In
Michael.
the box!
Bomb, bomb.
I mean, Michael pretty
that
much
fits right
she-
in here,
she
you know.
pretty much is the Kwisatz Haderach, isn't she? Michael.
Is that the Messiah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's what the Bene Gesserit.
It's,
What is
it's,
it?
it's
Say
how
it
you
again?
say
I
Mary
can't
Sue
even
in
say
that
the
language.
Kwisatz Haderach.
Yeah.
Why do all these fucking things rhyme? All of them. Every single one of them.
Well, Kwisatz Haderach actually is very loosely based off an actual
Word?
yes, from Judaism.
I was gonna say, is it Judaism?
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
It was written by Nimoy, evidently.
Every fucking weird space religion is Judaism.
Well, don't
because
forget-
writers...
Except the Ferengis. I just want to be clear that I'm not saying the Ferengis.
Their religion
Well,
is capitalism.
but the thing is, like, that was deliberate in Dune because the Fremen were very Islam coded.
Yeah, you got to think who's also writing these things, and like what have they researched? What did they know? What parallels are they making? I'm sure if you read novels from other cultures, they'd be making parallels to their religions and stuff.
I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't read those a lot because I read the English ones because that's what I speak.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I tried reading one in another language, and it really didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't think Frank Herbert himself is Jewish, but he just clearly did a lot of research on the Abrahamic faiths before doing a lot of blow in writing the Dune series.
Neat. Getting back to Gabrielle Burnham,
Yes.
because I know that was also like the big, like other than really Tilly's the first officer, really Gabrielle's her advocate, and it just comes out of absolutely fucking nowhere. And even though like it is, like they have fucking lovely scenes together.
Yeah, they do.
It's also pertinent to the plot that only Gabrielle could get this out of Michael.
Yeah.
But the fact that she shows up out of nowhere like this, it feels like yet another Deus Ex thing. Speaking of, there wasn't any Giorgio in this episode.
Thank God, because
Fascinating.
Oh yeah.
What happened to all moms?
I'm just assuming that, like, when Vance ordered them to go to do this diplomatic negotiation,
Straight to the bridge.
he's like, yeah, let's
Don't bring the kicking
Kovacs,
woman.
let do something else with Giorgio this week.
Yeah, because you just want to come in, kick the gong, kick the advocate, kick the Vulcan.
Kick them.
Loves kicking.
That's her only plan.
Although
Rip somebody's breathing tube out for no reason.
Having said that, I would love to have seen dueling moms.
Oh yeah, I would have liked to have seen.
Fight.
Didn't we already see that last season? Did they ever meet when Gabrielle
Very
was
briefly
around?
when she was in the pod, but
Yeah, and they were both. Well, they weren't dueling. They were both, trying to do what was best for Michael, I think.
yeah.
But yeah, getting back to Gabrielle, it's so contrived. There was I kept thinking there were better ways to have done this since Michael already wants to find Gabrielle. I almost wonder if she should have found her in another episode. I don't know if that would be interesting because it depends on how they wrote it. And then when it's like, who do you want to be your advocate? She'd say, I'd pick Mom. But why would she do that? I don't know. I just there are a lot of moments in this episode where you think, wait, why did this happen? Because it takes you out of it. And look, Mom is here, took me out of it. And Mom kind of won me back because I do like her. But it's so distracting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all works, but yeah, like you said, you kind of have to ignore, like, wow, this sure is convenient that she landed in a world, and for whatever reason, the, like,
Maybe
Narat, what are they?
Maybe she
Quatmalat.
already knew this was going to happen, though.
I
Right?
wonder if Mom, knowing, I'll find Michael, I'll go to Navarre. That's the first place Michael will go. But then Michael never even looks up Vulcan at all.
That's true. Yeah.
But again, though, like, we don't know where Michael was in the galaxy in relation to Navarre.
Yeah, how well can you travel?
Yeah, because we know that
How did
Michael
Gabrielle get there?
Yeah, how did Gabrielle get there is an important question. So, like, did Gabrielle end up on Tralfamador? Where Terralisium?
So she does say to Michael kind of how her path brought her to Navarre. It's like a throwaway line. Even I kind of half missed it,
That
though.
could be a short trek.
Honestly, that would be a good short trek.
Yeah, and that actress is
great.
great.
But then they'd actually have to think about it and make it make sense, which they're not going to do.
But I guess, like, if we think about it now, it makes sense that... I think I like your idea. She's like, all right, going to Vulcan makes sense because that's a place Michael might go.
I can't get to Earth because they keep shooting every probe we send that way.
Yeah, and then, like, she gets picked up by those folks because their whole thing is lost causes. It's like, you're a fucking time-lost scientist who's been bopping around for 20 years. Like, come join our weird thing. Here's a sword.
I wonder if they would let a human in, though.
Well, they did.
Like, it was a massive deal. Granted, Picard was, 800 years in the past?
Yeah.
It was a massive deal that Elnor,
Elrond Hubbard.
that he was in there, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's been...
They seem like stubborn assholes.
Because wasn't it? It was like a sisterhood.
Yeah, it's a
boy.
lady cult.
I mean, it's been centuries, and the culture's been shifted a bit because of the mergings. It's fine.
Yeah. It was interesting though when, like, you mentioned the sword that Momchael burned. It was the part where she pulled out. You've heard this before. I've used that before.
About her?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think Caitlin was here for the Red
did you
Angel.
miss when the
I
episode?
must have, because I just keep thinking about...
No, because Momchael came up last season. It was...
That's what I thought.
She missed some episodes last season too, though. Yes.
Yeah, Momchael Burnham was my...
I love that. It sounds like Grunkle Stan.
When she pulled out the sword, and if Giorgio was there, Giorgio would be like, "You call that a sword? This is a sword!" You know, like that 80s movie, Crocodile Dundee. Caitlin, tell us a little bit about Crocodile Dundee, if you don't mind.
God damn it.
All of this needs to be cut.
Oh, well, good news. We've got a knife.
Oh, God. That is the thing that occurred to me, though, is, like, if you hadn't seen Picard, because she never does pull it out, like, you won't... Yeah. But, like, you'd be sitting there wondering, like, why does she have this stick on her back? Because it's not obvious it's a sword in a sheath.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a sword on her back. Maybe it's a chip on her shoulder. Did you ever think of that? right, listen. Can't all be gems.
I thought it was good. I said that.
Thank you.
Was the co-op Malot only here to be a reference to Picard?
Oh yeah, totally.
That's why I asked if they were contemporary.
They were definitely trying to tie it in.
Yeah.
And while frequently I'll be like, it's been 900 years, blah blah blah, all the thing. No, these are societies that hold their customs for centuries.
Yeah.
And don't let them go.
No.
Yeah, but did it have to be Mom was like the big question of the time, and I think it being Mom is fine. I think they could have introduced it better.
Yeah, but I'll take it. It's
Yeah, I do love. I forget who wrote this, but I wrote a great quote. It was either Mom or Vance. You're walking in there with a lot of blind spots. 900 years worth of blind spots.
Yeah, well, one thing I think of is, speaking of blind spots, where like when Saru was talking to President Tarina.
Trina, sorry.
Trina.
That's my bad.
Oh, it's Tarina.
Oh, is it
There's
Trina?
an apostrophe.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't that make it Trina?
Not for Vulcans.
Tarina.
What I understand, the T and I just learned this today, just from reading internet comments. The T apostrophe is for Vulcan girls who have been betrothed in childhood.
It's short for.
That's cool.
Like
it's short for Chris Tarina.
I hate that so much.
But yeah, usually when people write T apostrophe in Vulcan names, there is like a little.
That's true. T'Pol. I wasn't
there's
thinking
that little,
about it.
It's like not a letter, but there's definitely like sound.
Is that a headcanon thing that somebody came up with?
Seems
I don't know.
I gotta tell. Wait, is what the headcanon?
It's
betrothed.
The betrothal thing.
Oh, I was gonna say that's interesting because we've already taught. So like, I work in a Jewish organization, so like all of these things are now becoming like a thing to me. But Hebrew doesn't have any vowels, so it doesn't. Written, I don't think, and so that's why you'll see.
How do you say ah?
Well, I mean, they would probably just write it as H.
Wow.
I mean, I really don't know, but like that makes sense if Leonard Nimoy had something to do with a lot of this, and if he brought in a lot of Judaism, having that like missing vowel thing kind of makes sense. I think this is true. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will jump right in to tell me.
Anywho, so Saru's talking to Trina. And he's like, we'll smooth this whole thing over about the burn, because it sounds like the impression that he got from Vance, and the idea that Vance kind of gave us is that the Vulcans feel so shitty about causing the burn.
Yeah, they think
and feeling like the Federation forced them.
And that the Federation forced them
in
to do it.
doing that Project SB-19 thing.
Yeah.
And then, so Saru goes and talks to Tarina, and she's like, yeah, I mean, that is definitely part of it, but there was a lot of other shit that it was just kind of piling up. And I think that's a really interesting story that I don't think really gets explored too deeply. Like how does one of the... I mean, we already know that Earth withdrew from the Federation.
Yeah.
We found that out.
Probably close to the same time as Vulcan, it sounds like.
It sounds like the burn just kind of fucked everything up, and everybody just kind of afterwards was like, let's just go our own ways.
It does sound like, though, it maybe sped up a process that was kind of starting.
Yeah, like I'm more interested. Like the burn sounds like bullshit. I don't give a shit about the burn. I'm way more interested in like the politics that led to the breakup of the Federation, and like this goes
we would
back
need
to,
more characters.
This goes back to like how this could have been such a much more interesting story if the
You're just describing the Expanse.
Well, or just like the Federation that we meet. Like, what if the Federation that we met with Admiral Vance? Because like when we first meet them a few weeks ago, it seems like they might actually be the bad guys at first, because they're like, we meet that security girl who's nasty, and Vance is really skeptical. So it's like, ooh, is this actually the good guys? Well, what if we found out that no, the Federation that exists today is actually not the good guys. They're kind of shit. And then we go and we talk to Earth, and Earth's like, yeah, we left the Federation because fuck those guys. They're assholes. And then we go meet Nivar, and they're like, yeah, we left that shit in the dust because fuck them. They're assholes. And then, like, you have Michael and Saru and the crew of the Discovery who's like,
their idealism.
We're upholding, like, listen, the Federation of today might be shit, but we're not the Federation of today. And, like, the Federation of our time was a force for good in the galaxy, and, like, a force for like bringing cultures together and exploration and defense against threats and like we're stronger together. Like that's the message that Discovery could be bringing to these worlds. Is like, okay, well, listen, let's start a new one. Okay, the Federation of today is shitheads. Let's do our own Federation with
Space Force.
hookers and blow, and you know what? Forget the Federation. So I don't know. I think that would have been a much more like the Burn is just such. It's just such a shit story. I'm not interested in it at all.
They could have made it more interesting, I think. And this is, knowing ahead in the future a little bit of this season and all this stuff. It actually would be fascinating if the Vulcan project, SB-19, was the cause of the burn.
Well, I still think if the spore drive was the cause of the burn, would have been.
No, because then that's just it's again making everything Michael thing. And
well, in this case, it would be Paul.
Or Paul, yeah. Or just the Discovery crew is the only one that's important, and I think like you were discussing, a whole world in which the politics are very explored and not broad, but what word am I fucking looking for? Complex. In which the politics are more complex and worked out by the writers beforehand, makes for a lot of shows like The Expanse, like some that we may talk about in today's Blogtivity. Stay tuned for the Blogtivity.
Oh, fuck. Blogtivity.
Yes, where we can explore these things, but instead it's just the Discovery's role in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the problem is that the show you want wouldn't work for this format. Because, it sounds like there was kind of, a lot of slow crumbling over the course of a while. So what you really need is a whole separate thing that's every season is you jump a century or 50 years or something, and it's very intricately plotted, very dramatic, very I'm not saying it would be a bad show, but it's its own separate show.
No, I don't know that we necessarily need to see the whole backstory unfold as a show. I think if Discovery had come to this future and found out, forget the burn, say the burn didn't happen, just say that the Federation just collapsed naturally and is now just a shadow of its former self, and because almost every week this season after week 3, well, starting with week 3, I guess.
Yeah, because weeks 1 and 2 we're getting everybody.
We're getting everyone together. So starting with week 3, almost every week has been going to a planet. Going to a former Federation planet.
They're all stepping stones.
Meeting the people, and the people say, yeah, we left the Federation, so we're not part of that anymore. We did it with Earth, we did it with Trill, we did it with Ni'Var, and it's okay, we've seen this now 3 times, this is a recurring theme, let's explore that more, instead of just saying, oh, the burn did it, which is what I think the ultimate conclusion is. There's obviously more to these stories, let's hear about that. I think a much more interesting story overall for the season would be putting the Federation back together, and we can find out those backstories through these individual episodes, on Ni'Var. What if we spent more time on Ni'Var, hearing about the things that led up to the breakup, and maybe the Discovery helps them solve a serious problem.
So you don't like the burn as a catalyst at all? Because I think as a catalyst it works well. Because otherwise, like Chris was saying, this would be stuff that was built up over many, many, many eons. Not eons, decades at least. Which makes for great backstory, but there isn't a inciting incident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like an inciting incident.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is to paraphrase Eddie Izzard, the Federation was collapsing like a flan in a cupboard, but then it went because of the burn.
Yeah, and I think that's fine too if that's the case. Also,
but you're right, they maybe could have given us a bit more backstory. But
one benefit of having the burn is that it does make this, from a writing convenience perspective, it makes the Discovery the most important ship, which it kind of has to be, because they're the ones that are always going to be going to these places.
Yeah, that's true too.
Which they would be doing anyway because it's the show. But
do we still have a Federation, a current, a 32nd century Federation component on the ship, a person, where did Willa go? Where the fuck is Willa? Why are they just letting Discovery do everything?
That does seem weird. You'd think that they would put a liaison on.
When they made Tilly first officer, my first several thoughts were it should be someone from this era who knows context, because, as I believe it was Gabrielle says, you are fucking 900 years out of date and
Yeah.
don't know any of the things.
Yeah, they kind of dropped Willa like DS9 dropped that Romulan that was supposed to be on the Defiant with them.
Oh yeah, and who later played Saska.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other
Martha Hackett, I believe.
Another interesting aspect of the Federation that we haven't seen yet. We've only seen the military leadership. We've only seen Vance.
Yeah.
We don't know what the civilian government is like, if there even is a civilian government. We're told. I think they mentioned that like the civilian government is housed in the same bubble with.
Yeah, and Saru acts like that's weird. It's like, buddy, sweetie.
Yeah.
The civilian government of the Federation has always felt a little like lip service. Throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, well sure, but like, going back to like Paradise Lost.
Oh yes,
Leighton.
yeah.
With Admiral Leighton, where like
You love a
they
lady.
were attempting a military coup.
Yeah,
And then, the military was basically.
Oh, that's the
trying...
Deep Space Nine episode
Yeah.
where they're doing like blood tests.
Yeah. And Cisco's dad is there.
Oh, and he's pissed.
That is the interesting thing, because I've been thinking about
Great
this, and
episode.
it's like,
Good one.
you think about TOS, and like almost every time we see like a civilian Federation guy who's there, he's always depicted as such an asshole who's there just getting in the way of Starfleet, and it's like, just let us do our damn jobs, you fucking bastard civilian overseer.
Isn't he like a cat monster in one of the movies?
What the fuck?
Isn't he kind of cat-esque in like 6 or something?
Oh yeah.
That's the president.
The president is. Yeah.
Oh, so what are we talking
I'm
about?
talking about like the couple of times TOS had like Federation, like civilian government entities
Yeah,
show
there was
up.
the guy that showed up in the one where
Taste of Armageddon?
Taste of Armageddon,
Yeah.
and he was a real.
Jesus, you're good,
What
Ames.
was his name? Like Fox or something.
There is a fox. I don't know if that's the
And
one.
then there
That
was
might be
like
one.
the guy, the Quattro Triticale guy.
There's a
and-
fox, all right.
Yeah, like there's a couple, and every time they show up,
Even Daystrom was kind of a prick.
yeah, like that's the thing, and like the
Of
guy
course
that
he was. Look at the institute they named after him.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like there is a long history in Star Trek, maybe unintended in some case, but it's like, it's always very, very pro-Starfleet. Almost every time you see Federation people, they're kind of fucking incompetent and need to be bailed out by Starfleet. And it's like, that's the one huge downside of this universe always being from the perspective of Starfleet is, like, we don't get a nuanced look at them.
Yeah, it's weird. We like always get like Starfleet humans, but we never see any like chef humans or baker humans or
Just
any
Joe
other
Cisco.
kind of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well.
That thing, that like DS9 showed us the most civilians, and even that's
Because they were on a
lot.
station and not a ship. I think
Yeah.
that's the issue is when you're on a ship, you're going to see the stories in which they're saving the day all the time.
Yeah.
And B, you're only going to see their perspective.
Yeah,
and you're
and
going to have
that's-
to see them save people who don't have the capacity to save themselves.
Yeah, and that's why it's very telling. DS9 is the one that talks about how easy it is to, be comfortable in paradise or whatever it is they say in that one.
That's such a good episode.
That's a great
but
episode.
you-
Also, Odo gets served some fucking tea. Like, oh, your fucking bird wouldn't fake anybody out. You suck at being a changeling.
But yeah, there's definitely, like, I feel like in many ways the Federation is actually just a benign military dictatorship.
So another aspect to this particular mission, and why I was thinking about the civilian government, is this is effectively a diplomatic envoy that they're sending. I think that would also be interesting. Like, what if they had sent an ambassador, like a representative of the civilian government, to
that would be good.
be involved in these negotiations, and then maybe the ambassador does a shit job at negotiating, and then Michael has to step in and do the Kali fee.
It's almost fascinating in that Discovery has a lot of characters and yet also very few characters, which is kind of why Tilly ends up first officer, because like also you think to yourself like Tilly isn't qualified for this. Who else is? No one we've seen. Fascinating.
I just solved 2 problems thanks to Jake.
Whoa.
Momchael is an ambassador for the Federation instead of a Kuat Navat there.
And I think
She would definitely go to the Federation.
Yeah.
Probably.
I had the same thought. I was like, if she was like a Federation ambassador, and we would have met her earlier, presumably.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
it wouldn't be like in episode 6 or whatever this is. Like Vance is like, okay, we're gonna send an ambassador, and guess who?
Well, I mean, honestly, if they wanted to do that, whether or not we think it's a good idea, the writers clearly wanted to. He could have been like, I'm gonna send an ambassador. They just got back from a mission to, And she walks in, and it's like, Mom!
I had no idea you were home, son.
But yeah, we could have had the scenes work out pretty much the same way.
Yeah, I think that would have been much more interesting if there was an ambassador. And
Yeah, a little less distracting than Mom just being there.
Because,
where she
also just
happens to
having
go.
Mom being there is very, I think one of the concerns I would have with doing the show is that in 900 years, somehow, the world's gotten smaller. And not just in the sense that, things are more disconnected because of the burn, but, of all the places in all the galaxy, we find Mom
of all the gin joints in all the world.
It is a bit Star Wars in that it makes things feel way smaller than they are.
There should be it would make more sense if Mom was an ambassador and with the Federation, and it would make more sense if there were.
Although then the Federation would understand the time travel shit when Michael and them show up.
Unless she didn't tell them, which is quite possible.
There are ways to make it work.
Yeah.
They had time to write it, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they just, they want to, as I put in my notes, hey, we're doing a TNG trial episode. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah, someone in the writing room is looking at the season, index cards on the board saying, where do we introduce Gabrielle? They're like, oh, right, we forgot about Gabrielle. How about, she can be in the trial. She can be Michael's advocate.
I was just disappointed that the trial didn't involve any Lirpa.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I bet Michael would be kick-ass with a Lirpa.
Oh, for sure.
Even if she'd never held one before, she'd get a hang of it.
Oh, yeah.
It does sort of answer my question. And I legitimately wasn't thinking of this when I said it a few weeks ago, but oh, right, that's why the Romulans aren't bopping around with their little micro black hole powered ship, because the Vulcans went, stop it! Bad! Stupid!
Sprayed it
Stupid
with
Romulans!
Yeah. The Romulans like... Sorry, White Cat, you didn't really seem to like that.
No, he's good.
I know he is. He's the best. He's my best friend.
No,
He's my best friend.
You got Romulans, Vulcans, half Romulan Vulcans, not a single goddamn...
Freeman?
Yeah.
Oh, they
didn't
get rescued
They
from
were
the
wiped out by the
supernova.
super... Yeah. Rest in peace, Remans.
Poor those guys.
Actually, if we're being realistic, they probably got genocided after the events of Nemesis.
Oh, yeah, no.
For supporting Shinzon.
Yeah, no. First thing the Romulans did.
They're like, yeah, once the Romulans came back into power, they're like, yep, fuck those guys. Although, do we see Remans in Picard? I can't remember if we ever see any Remans.
I genuinely don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I know we saw some in Enterprise of all fucking places.
I'm so sad that I'm going to have to watch Picard again.
Me too.
Soon. Not that soon, though. Lower Decks first?
No,
No, we've had this discussion before.
I know, and apparently I blocked it.
Michael was back to her old tricks again because first, she's been demoted, and somehow she gets rewarded for being demoted by being right about the burn stuff because, of course, she does because Michael is always right.
That tracks for Star Trek.
But she's standing with Saru, and we're talking to Rena on the view screen. Or Hollow. I think she's a Hollow.
She is, yeah.
And Michael, just out of her ass, just pulls the Takalin Ket. And Saru is standing there looking dumbfounded like, didn't we just go over your insubordination shit, Michael?
What I love, though, too, is the way when she says, do you still honor the old ways, Tarina goes like, yeah? And it's like, oh, you're about to pull some fucking Star Trek shit where you whip out our own goddamn traditions against us, aren't you? Because Star Trek, we talked about before how they love, resolving a situation by some human showing, being like, I know your ways, and they're like, motherfucker, fine.
Yeah, like Picard finding that thing in one of the many, many diplomacy things. He's like, we get to do the Klingon thing, and I choose this particular right of bullshit that KLR told me about.
Yeah, an Archer, getting to just wound, not kill Shran. And there's definitely other examples, but those are the two that spring to mind.
I get it, right? So, all of these other Star Trek cultures, the Klingons, the Andorians, they all have these ancient things that have to be respected. Anyone can pull it out of their ass, and it's like, oh, I guess we gotta do it.
I want to see that in reverse. It's like, do you still honor the old ways, human?
Absolutely fucking not.
They do, and it's hacky sack.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say, on your planet, there used to be a thing called the Super Bowl.
On your planet, I believe there was a thing called Yo Mama.
Oh my god! Ow, don't do that, the cat's killing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. Wasn't there a show, actually?
There
might
was,
have
with
been.
Wilmer Valderrama was
Oh,
the
God.
What the fuck is
Fez
that?
from that 70s show.
Oh, I don't know that fucking...
Wilmer
Apparently
Valderrama.
he's hot now. Which
Yeah, but
is
I think
amazing,
he turned out to be
'cause
a creep.
What
No,
did we
no,
just
that's
see
the
with
other
him?
one.
No, you're thinking of...
No, I think Wilmer turned out to be a creep, too.
Well, that's good,
Like,
because he seemed like a fucking creep on the show.
I could be wrong. If he didn't turn out to be a creep, I apologize, Wilmer.
But yeah, Wilmer Valderrama was the host of Yo Mama, which was an MTV rap battle, or like not a rap battle, like insult.
Yeah,
it
Yo
was
Mama.
literally just a Yo
battle,
Mama is
yeah.
so fat she
Yeah.
sat on a rainbow and Skittles popped out show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be that would be the Earth equivalent
Yeah.
to the Valnakat.
Or
That would be
rock-
fucking awesome.
Yo Mama contest, or rock, paper, scissors, or, I don't know.
Rock, paper, scissors,
No.
lizard, Spock.
No. Damn it, anyways.
I know you did, and I was committed because I don't know if everybody knew what I was gonna say.
But yeah, it did, like I said earlier, it does seem appropriate that, like, it's a trial and also a thesis defense, which feels very Vulcan.
Actually, I want to see one time on Star Trek, somebody goes to a culture and says, like, do you still respect the old ways? And they go, no. That was
They were
like 800
dumb.
years ago. And, like, even then it was old shit. We abandoned that centuries ago.
If anyone doesn't honor the old ways, it's the Andorians.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you wouldn't start that with the Vulcans for sure. They will never let go of the old.
You know,
ways.
for them it definitely tracks.
Yes.
The Klingons, I feel like pick and choose which old ways they still honor, depending on who's in charge at the time.
Looking at you, Gowron.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I can't tell if you're looking at me. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at, my man.
Glory.
Glory to your house.
What did you guys think of using the footage of Spock and Unification in the episode?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Feels kind of jarring considering there's no way that Ethan Peck grows up to look like
Well,
Nimoy
it's
whatsoever.
He had an accident with a rice picker or something.
Did they try to like make it make sense by saying, "Oh yes, this is footage that Picard gave us"?
Yeah.
Why
How
was
was he-
Picard filming Spock
Yeah, no, it
during that
doesn't-
episode?
no.
What a fucking creep.
Doesn't track.
They did have a holographic Spock that they could make say anything. So maybe
That was the Romulans,
I
though.
know, but Data was able to reprogram it. Maybe
True.
Data's like, oh, you know what, we should or Picard's like, you know, we should reprogram to say that other thing that he said, so that we can have like a nice.
They're just playing with dollies, but they're holodeck people, and they're like, let's recreate it so that it can go in the historic archive. Okay.
I'm just picturing.
Your helmet is so big.
Yep.
They also like very tightly cropped it so that
Yeah.
it was like it. If you didn't know the context of where the clip came from,
Yeah, I
you would
could've-
just assume it was like a speech he was giving.
But here's
Right.
the thing, in a way that kind of tracks for Picard being the one taping it, because that feels like the like outward facing version of like an old guy like taking a selfie from here. My phone being held down below my chin. You guys, you know the one, guys.
That's right. They
You
just
know.
never mentioned that TNG era comm badges were also always recording. They're like body cams.
Or maybe
Oh,
Data.
yes.
Maybe was Data there when he said that? Maybe Data was recording.
Whoa.
That actually, if they just picked it out of his brain, yeah, I suppose. Unlike humans, his brain is actually just a hard drive. So
Whoa. What the fuck? How dare you? We had trials about this.
I didn't say he wasn't sentient, but his brain is better than ours.
Oh, wow.
Not Denver. Arium did the same thing.
Yeah.
They're gonna just.
Poor Arium. It makes me so mad that the show it wasn't very effective for me with the other one that we lost recently. Yeah.
No.
Well, she didn't
But-
even die. She just moved away.
Yeah,
was
but like I
never
didn't
even close
care.
to a character.
I didn't care at all. Like even if Arium had just left, I probably would have been kind of bummed because she just is. In the 5 minutes we knew her, she was just so tragic. It was so fucking sad. Like, why'd they have to get rid of the most interesting character on the show?
Yeah.
Why aren't we healing her trauma? I don't give a shit about Michael Burnham's trauma anymore. That's fucking old hat.
Yeah, we've
I want some new trauma, goddammit.
They
yeah.
were like, Arium is becoming more interesting than Michael Burnham. Kill her off!
Yeah, she's gotta go. We can't have that.
So.
Oh, no Adira this week either.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh.
yeah. So briefly though, because I feel like we've kind of gone all over the place, mostly related to the A plot. The B plot though, Tilly getting to be
Number
normal
one.
again.
Oh, yeah.
First of all,
Her acting this episode was very good.
I really liked her scene with Michael.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, that was good.
'Cause
Where she's like,
Yeah.
Michael, you put me in a
You
really
really
shitty,
fucked my
really
shit up.
shitty situation.
And
And
you
like
could've
Michael
told me,
didn't,
bitch.
like Michael apologized, but then was still defending herself. Like I had to do it. It's like, well,
You could have
okay.
fucking left your combat.
Your
you
goddamn
bitch.
apology means nothing now,
Mhm.
since you're still defending it.
She was like, oh, Tilly, I'm sorry you feel that way.
But I think because it's like no, there's like personal consequences for other people too. Like it's not just about you, and that conversation doesn't come up much in these shows. Like because other times characters go off and do shit on their own. There's maybe Picard goes tut tut, but then
Tut, tut.
afterwards someone isn't like Riker, what the fuck, man?
But Michael doesn't learn anything from it because literally, like 2 scenes later, she insubordinates all over Saru again. Is that a verb? It's gonna be a verb
It is
now.
now. I was just thinking a good example of when we actually did see something like that was Deep Space Nine, when he dresses Worf down for whatever the fuck he did that he wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah, but
Same Jadzia.
that annoyed me. 'cause
Oh,
it's
that but there was the other one, the one where he like shot the ship. Wasn't Cisco pissed at him for shooting the ship?
I
Even
thought
though
the
it
whole-
turned
that in
out.
Tribunal?
Yes.
I think it turned out.
Was that what the episode? What was it called?
Oh, I know the one you're talking with the Klingon lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
All I know is what pissed me off is that he gets dressed down for saving Jadzia. Nothing for being a terrorist.
Oh, on
Or
Risa.
Right.
Risa.
There's no like dress. Like I remembered there being a dressing down scene for Worf, and I thought it was related to that because that's when it should have happened.
Rules of engagement?
Maybe.
Well,
Oh yeah, rules. I think that's the one.
And also, too, like, with the Jadzia one, Ben softens the blow by being like, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. But still, it's just like weird time to have that scene.
Anyway.
But yeah, anyway,
Weird
yes.
time to try parenting.
But
Yeah, Tilly.
Yeah, I think Tilly was good this week.
Yeah, I liked her.
Yeah,
I like
she was
even to her question of like, do you think I'm qualified or just?
Oh, but no one
compliant?
is.
Yeah, but like,
That's a good point.
It's a good question though.
Fucking Saru saying, you've proven yourself by jumping 920 years into the future.
They all have.
You all have.
I thought that
Everybody,
too.
What are you doing?
everybody on the ship. Anybody that didn't want to do that shit left.
But I like that she asked that question though, because we were talking about during the short treks, like how weird it was with that test episode they did with Pike,
Oh, that
and
one.
it's like the test was just to see if you'll blindly follow orders. And so the
no,
fact,
right.
yeah, and the fact that she's here, like, well, wait a minute, do you just want someone who's just gonna be a yes man? And she's concerned about that because that isn't what, at least since TNG, like the idea has always kind of been like the first officer should be there to be like another point of view and occasionally be willing to go like, I disagree in a not mutinous way, Michael.
Well, she's pre-TNG.
My God, Tilly's gonna kill Saru.
There you go.
With kindness.
So yeah, it was all pretty good. I could have done without the say yes scene. It was goofy.
Also,
Yeah.
that means Stamets fucking blabbed.
Yeah.
Fucking confidential information.
Come on, Stamets. But yeah, I was thinking, like, God, I realize what it is with these people. Like, ages back, and it is still true, but Carl said, this is like a ship staffed by the AV Club. It's like, yes, but also they have really big theater kid energy. And I say this as someone
I
who's
see
done
that.
theater,
Yep.
but I think would never have been defined as a theater kid.
Marking that as your quotey this week. That's a good one. It'll fit on the card.
Well, either way. Yeah, overall, though, I thought this episode was okay. It's nice to catch up. I do think, like, showing some... I do think that, like, having a civilian ambassador, whether it's mom or not... Because here's the thing. Like, this is Star Trek. Yes, it's a military organization, but it is not military sci-fi. And right now, it seems like we're only getting the military side of the Federation with, like, Admiral Vance and everything.
The past 60 years.
Well, for sure. But I don't know. It tips its hat.
Yes.
From time to time at the
Occasionally,
civilian government. I would love to see
Great
more of that.
hat.
It's a
Vulcan.
Stetson.
But yeah. So
one of Spock's many hats.
yes, but there are a lot of good military sci-fi shows as well. And
Whoa.
movies and
Jake is king of the segue, and I love it.
Yeah, dude, you rule at that, I gotta say.
Yeah, so we have a yet another subgenre in the sci-fi oeuvre. I can't pronounce it.
Oeuvre?
Oeuvre. I think it's
Ovum.
oeuvre. Yeah, I
There
was
we go.
thinking ovum also. Or hors d'oeuvres,
Delicious.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a military sci-fi. A little of this may overlap last week with
Definitely.
alien invasions, because when do you use your military? When you're being invaded. But there's also plenty of other ways
by aliens.
that we see, like, a more militaristic and frequently a more almost contemporary, because a lot of the examples that I can think of are kind of statements to power and, like, where are we heading as a society?
Nowhere good, man. Nowhere good.
Definitely not.
It's actually a genre I am not hugely exposed to.
We
You'd
always
be
say
fucking
this.
surprised.
I think a lot of the things that we've already talked about are gonna class.
But I remember as a kid, like, going to bookstores to buy, like, Star Trek and Star Wars books. Like, there were always just fuck tons of novels, and you'd look at them, and it's somebody in a very fascist-looking uniform on a cover. And whether or not you're supposed to identify them with them depends on the author. So, I mean, I know it's huge, but
our opinions on Nazis was just way more clear in the 90s, you know?
Well, no, but the thing is, though, you still had, like, a lot of very pro-fascist sci-fi even then. Again, see...
Enterprise by Star Trek?
Yeah. Well, like, I know, I'm sorry for stealing this from whoever was going to say it first, but the novel version, certainly, of Starship Troopers was not meant to be satirizing fascism, but was actually all about it.
It was very pro. It was very,
which is why the movie is so much better.
Well, I think both of them qualify as military sci-fi,
yes.
I would say.
Yeah,
yes.
but I think Starship Troopers is so successful at doing kind of the satirizing, having the statement that they can make about it that's different than just hoorah.
Yeah.
I think kind of another one, and this I kind of regret having thought of it this week, not mentioning it in the Alien Invasions, because it kind of qualifies in the same way that Starship Troopers qualified for Alien Invasions, and that is Avatar.
I'm glad you bring up Avatar, because that's a good that is a damn good example.
They're after that unobtainium, baby.
Because that's another reverse alien invasion where
Yeah.
the humans are the aliens invading.
Yeah.
And they suck.
And they suck, but it certainly also qualifies as military sci-fi.
Isn't
I
the
suppose
big
it does.
bad in that movie the fucking douchebag from American Beauty? And I don't mean Kevin Spacey. I guess Kevin Spacey is now
He's the real life
He's the
douchebag.
default douchebag from every
But
movie
no,
he's
it's
ever been
a
in.
different actor.
You know the guy I mean, though?
Yes.
I do.
The
guy from Terra Nova, right?
Yeah, he was on Terra Nova.
The father of the kid.
Yeah.
So it wasn't him.
No, it's kind of the same look.
Yeah. Vaguely military.
Yeah.
Definitely fascist. Both maybe a little bit gay.
Would Independence Day qualify?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's on my list.
They have they attack the alien things with their military force.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely qualifies. I'd also say Aliens.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
As distinct from Alien.
Yeah, no, Alien is not
Absolutely.
military.
But
That's a perfect
Aliens
example.
is definitely military.
Game over, man. Game over.
Another one that's we've recently watched and talked about is The Edge of Tomorrow.
Another good
Yeah.
one.
I had an idea. Now I can't remember what the fuck it was. Oh, well, Mass Effect. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a ton of video games because, the first-person shooter of it all, you typically are doing the shooting if you're a member of
The Space Marines.
a Space Marine, effectively. Yeah, anything in that kind
so
of...
like Doom.
Doom is on my list. Doom is fucking nuts.
Halo. The
Star
entire Halo
Wars.
series.
Let's talk Star Wars a bit because there's a lot of different Star Warses.
Yeah.
And how they treat the kind of military aspect.
Yeah.
Like, definitely the Empire is a massive military.
Yep.
And they're meant to be the baddies.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching the show correctly or watching
Yeah.
the movie correctly.
Yeah.
Well, should we? I mean, I guess that's my question about the genre. Is the genre? Because I probably wouldn't put Star Wars.
I feel like just a
military-
Some of the which movie are you gonna not put on it though?
That's the tricky
Clone
part.
Wars?
Is like just having a military
Attack of the
show
Clones?
up enough for it to be military sci-fi? Because I hear military sci-fi and I think like
Starship Troopers.
like
Yeah.
the military are the main characters, and like you're following them, like you're following members of the military doing things.
I mean, a resistance is a kind of military, I guess.
But
More of a
it's not
militia.
really, yeah. But it's not even really ever shown as being like Star Wars is more just about the characters that are like their heroes. I think I haven't seen it myself, but my understanding of the Clone Wars television show is that it might be more military focused.
I would even say like Attack of the Clones is very military focused.
Yeah, the show, I've seen a bunch of it, and like, yeah, it is, I think, closer, I think, to what I would consider military sci-fi than, say, most of the movies.
This surprises me.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
say
'cause it's
maybe
about...
also like The Last Jedi also seems pretty, because it's all, they're a good chunk of the movie is them on that ship.
Yeah.
I feel like...
that's a good point.
Isn't Rogue One kind of heavily...
That's more resistance-y.
It's weird because it's like it's a military heist movie almost.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I feel like
one that kind of crosses genres.
Yeah, Star Wars is very blurry. I'd say it's not 100% military. Like I think you have to go film by film, show by show. Like this one more is, this one kind of isn't. Like of course the most military of all of them are the Ewok movies.
Oh yeah.
God, I So,
hate those goddamn
So yeah, I would
units.
say it's definitely like I wouldn't say blanket Star Wars is military sci-fi, but bits and pieces definitely I think are.
That's cool. I'll take partial credit for my answer. I don't care.
Yeah, there is that kind of world building element that they have an extensive military that is very vital in the storytelling.
I'd say one. I think possibly one of the defining franchises of the genre. I'd say one of my favorites is Stargate. The Stargate franchise, because it's
both the movie and the shows.
The movie, and then all of the shows are very explicitly. This is the U.S. military.
Yeah. No, I've seen bits and pieces of SG-1. I know I've seen the movie. How much do they commentate? Is commentate the right word here?
It's very pro-military.
I know it's very pro-military, but how much do they explore what their morals are? And because I've heard the argument made that it can be uncomfortable to watch sometimes when they're so pro-military.
I mean the thing is it's pro-military, but it's the military are the good guys. Like they're never. It's not like Avatar where they're doing bad things, and when there are people that are doing bad things, they're depicted as like a rogue
Jellicoe.
element. Yeah, like Jellicoe shows up. He's not in the military. He's actually a civilian government. That's another part where like members of
the guy that plays Jellicoe shows up.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were actually
Ronnie Cox.
I was like, he's not a civilian.
Yeah,
what
he's
the
not
fuck
a
are you
civilian.
talking
Yeah,
about?
no, in Stargate he plays a character, and like
okay.
John Delancey shows up. He's also a piece of shit.
Wow.
He's so good at it.
I love
it's
Delancey, dude.
it's really interesting, but yeah, it's definitely these are the good guys sort of military thing, and like there are bad people. There is commentary about like bad elements and rogue elements doing
cool.
bad things.
Yeah, I like an episode that kind of like does that kind of twist of.
Yeah, but it's never like the Air Force that's doing the bad thing. It's always this rogue Section 31 type group doing some shit.
The goddamn army.
Well, like the whole idea of
God damn it! Looking at you, Enterprise. What the fuck?
the whole idea of the Stargate series is like, the way they're able to get funding from the government for this is that they want the Stargate command to go and send people out to different planets to bring back like technology.
Which
is a good thing.
It's what they would do.
But like we find out that there's this other kind of shadowy organization who has been going out and like stealing technology and like
whoopsie
doing bad things.
Thomas Edison in space. Is Buck Rogers military? Wilma Deering has some kind of uniform.
Yeah, they are in like the Earth Space Force, whatever the fuck they call it.
Space Force.
Yeah, probably. I would definitely qualify Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And they really, really fill out the world in that show, and everyone's roles in it are fascinating.
I haven't seen enough of the old one. Like, again, ostensibly they are the military, but I feel like they're way more like...
The old one is very camp.
Yeah.
They're way more Mormon.
We're civilians with guns.
Yeah.
More than...
Well, no, I mean, they definitely...
they are technically, but I feel like the new one is more overtly...
Yeah, and the new one is more critical of the military, where it's like, you see those conflicts between the military and the civilian government is like a huge part of the show.
Yeah, it acknowledges that a civilian government fucking exists.
Yeah, and that like there's going to be conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Another military kind of in the same vein and certainly the same era as Stargate is Babylon 5.
Yeah, we gotta do another rewatch of Babylon 5 because I definitely was making those connections, but I don't remember a lot of the specifics.
Well, I mean, it's explicit that the Babylon stations in Babylon 5 in particular are like military, run by the military.
Yeah, because they're located in a key spot next to
Yeah, well, there was like...
Dealy.
It's like a peacekeeping thing that like there was war and eventually... Yeah. Speaking of peacekeeping and peacekeepers...
Yes, I'm glad you went that way.
Fartscape.
Love it.
Is definitely got military elements. But
like we first meet Erin Sun, and she's a peacekeeper, and she is hoorah to the extreme.
Yeah, but our main cast, though, is largely, like, not...
A motley crew.
Yeah, well, so Crichton is military.
he's NASA.
But wasn't he like a fighter pilot, like a test pilot or something?
Oh, he may have been at some point. I haven't gotten that far.
And it's not NASA, it's IASA.
Yes, yeah, But either way, he's depicted at least as first and foremost a scientist, a buff scientist,
and
but
I
a
know
scientist.
his like dad's like military.
Yes, that sounds right.
But yeah, and then Aaron obviously is military.
Yeah.
And
is Dargo military?
Dargo is a general, but he's imprisoned.
He's disgraced.
Yeah, Dargo is also military, but he's not like explicitly military in the show.
Yeah. I guess the little frog man, having been a prince, would have technically run his military.
Dominar.
Thank you.
And Krace obviously also.
Oh yeah, definitely
military.
Krace. Talon.
Mm-hmm. Scorpio to an extent.
Yeah, we really have to watch Farscape for the show one of these years because it is so good at filling out.
I do like what I've seen. I need to watch more of it.
And like it's
Muppets.
It's sci-fi and there's puppets, which I don't know if I'd ever want to see puppets in Star Trek, but I will accept them in Stargate. In Farscape.
I am so excited. Ames is going to be so upset.
I am mostly worried that they're going to make the reason why they're puppets the most cop-outy and stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely prefer...
If it's the same reason why they did a musical episode, I will flip every table in the house.
Like, I know they're not going to do it, but I would really love there not to be a reason. Like, it's just an episode where they happen to be puppets and it's not mentioned, but I know that's not going to be the case.
They're never going to do that, no. There's going to be
a reason.
They're going to go through an anomaly. Mm-hmm. They're going to have a puppet thing.
Oh yeah, of course, the well-known felt wormhole.
The Henson anomaly.
They probably will call it that, you know.
It would be so much better if they just didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Or if they did something actually creative, but that's for a couple of years from now when we're on Strange New Worlds.
They haven't even made the episode, so we have no idea.
Yeah. So
I had a fucking thought, and I can't. What the fuck it was when we were talking about Battlestar Galactica.
Mm-hmm. Was it Space
No,
Force?
when we were talking about Babylon 5. No, but that's a great one.
Great one. It's not a great show.
Wait, which one did you say?
Space Force.
I thought you said Spaceballs.
I said Spaceballs.
I was
I said Space Force.
Mm.
Oh, that's the Steve Carell, Dame John Malkovich.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Tawny Newsom's in it. She's
adorable.
It was
all right.
Fine. It was not.
Oh, that's right.
It was not laugh out loud funny.
There were a couple of good jokes.
So few things.
High praise for a comedy
funny in this economy, you know.
That's true.
But Jake brought up Spaceballs.
Yeah, it's. I mean, sort of right, like the Spaceball.
I mean, yeah, in that it's a parody of Star Wars.
Yeah, it fits the genre in the same way that Star Wars fits the genre.
So one I don't have a ton of experience with myself, but is huge in the realm of military sci-fi, is the whole Warhammer 40K franchise. Fuck ton of it started as a tabletop game, but now there's a metric fuck ton of novels, comics, so many video games. And again, one that is very much meant to be critical of just the forever war everyone finds themselves in, but 3/4 of the fandom missed the point.
How about Metal Gear Solid?
I don't know it.
It is a.
Is it sci-fi?
Yeah, it is.
I've never played it.
I only know the title of it, and by the title, I assumed it was just a contemporary show.
I mean,
game.
It's like next Sunday AD sci-fi.
Yeah, it's near future, but but there's definitely sci-fi.
Oh yeah, no, heavy. I've only played
robots and weird shit.
Cyborgs.
It's just such
magic
weird...
nanites.
That's Kojima, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, because he's Kojima, man. He's a fucking lunatic. I've only played part of the first one. I liked what I played, but I wasn't great at it.
Yeah.
Does Duke Nukem count?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is he military?
Is he military?
Oh, actually, he might be
he's
a mercenary.
member of the landed gentry.
That's true. He is a duke.
A duke.
Oh, he's a duke. Jesus
What?
Christ.
I thought that was his name.
I know it is.
Oh, I was like, Jesus Christ, what?
Yeah, actually, I forget.
I prefer that. I want a mod where he's
Duke
running
Nukem
around dressed like the Squire of Gothos.
He's in the House of Lords.
Oh, God, that would be so much better.
Yeah, he
I hope there's fan art. I'm looking it up.
He might be just like a mercenary or something. I've never played them.
I don't remember.
Duke Nukem.
I have a bunch of other movies. A couple of them we've discussed on the show before. Dune.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the kind of backstory, like anything the fucking Harkonnens do, heckin' yikes, those dicks.
Yeah, they suck.
And it's also because it's such a big world buildy, massive I'd call it space opera-y because it's just so all-encompassing. Like, they figured out what each military's, like, backstory is, and that's kind of cool. I also would say The Predator. It seems obvious.
Yeah.
What about Pacific Rim?
Yes, Pacific Rim.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's fun.
It's ridiculous. Charlie Day is excellent in it.
Yes.
Watch it for the Charlie Day, if
Yes.
anything.
Oh, what about the Wolfenstein series?
They get
the ones that get science fiction.
Well, even the Wolfenstein 3D, the OG, you fought a robot Hitler.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Didn't Elon Musk's little AI call itself Mecha Hitler recently?
It did, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that
It was just making a Wolfenstein reference. Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm just saying, I think someday we're going to wind up having to destroy Grok, so maybe we should all brush up on our Wolfenstein 3D. I never made it to Mecha Hitler. I was bad at that game, and also I think I was 5, or 6.
We mentioned last week a couple that would also count here. I think Edge of Tomorrow definitely has that.
Didn't Chris...
Yeah, Jake said
that.
Did you say it?
He did, yeah.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I didn't mark it down on my list. Jake already said Edge of Tomorrow. Did we say Mars Attacks?
No.
We didn't.
But I love fucking Mars Attacks. And one more movie that I wanted to bring up. Not so much the first movie, and not so much the third movie, but the middle movie, Riddick.
The Godfather.
Oh, yeah, Riddick.
I haven't seen any of those.
I think, because I know there's supposed to be a fourth movie coming out that they've been teasing forever and ever, amen. Whenever that comes out, I think we should cover them, because they're very cool.
They did finally actually start filming, is my understanding.
Yay.
Which one's the middle one? Chronicles of? Or
No, it's just Riddick.
It's
Chronicles
just Riddick?
is
the third one?
Pretty sure Chronicles is the third one.
Okay.
Yeah, because the first one's like pitch black or
Yeah.
lights out. Or
And very good. And one of the tippy tops on my list that hasn't come up yet, and I would have expected this to come from Jake, because I don't think Chris and Caitlin have any experience with The Expanse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know that one. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've not.
The Expanse is fucking excellent. I don't know if you guys would like it, because it's so complex. Like, it took me 2 watches to, like, remember everyone's fucking names.
There are a lot of names.
It's very, what's the fucking thing? It's very Game of Thronesy in that you do have to learn a lot of fucking names. And there's a lot of stories going on at once. But one of the stories going on at once is the Martian military, of which my girl Bobby Draper is a member, and I love her to death.
I mean, there's Earth military, too.
Yeah, but Bobby Draper.
Well, yeah, true.
She's the best.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say The Expanse is definitely military sci-fi. The IPA, what the fuck is it? The OPA.
OPA, the Outer Planets.
Outer Planets
The
Alliance.
IPA,
That's a
overrated beer?
Yes.
Yeah, but they have the scrappiness of the rebellion from Star Wars.
Could you slide the Fallout series into this? Not the show, the movie, the games more.
I mean, yeah, I guess like the Brotherhood of Steel is kind of like a military.
Yeah, this was an honest question. I wasn't.
No, I know.
NCR's got a military. There's definitely military elements.
Yeah, I think it's not the focus in a way that I would consider it military sci-fi so much as sci-fi where the military sometimes shows up.
What about the zombie mode in the whatever that stupid war game is?
I think it's Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Is it zombie mode? In
Oh yeah, infamously like
it's fucking awesome.
Is it?
I loved that shit. Yeah, I am legitimately terrified of zombies. So finding games that I can play where I can blast zombies is awesome because it makes me feel like I'm fighting my fear.
You ever play the Left 4 Dead's?
Yes, that's the one with the boomers and the spitters and the witch.
Yeah, the fucking witch.
She sucks. Yes, I like those. They're I think they're too fast paced to be really scary. I think that's sort of
it's more
the
just
benefit
fighting
of it.
hordes of zombies and.
Well, that's exactly what the Call of Duty thing is. It's like you're in a bunker and they're coming in waves.
Nice. What about the War of the Worlds? That's
I'm not terribly familiar with it, so.
In the original version, at least in the book, you're just following like a guy as he survives until the cold does the job for them.
Yeah.
I don't know about other adaptations. Like I never saw the Tom Cruise one.
I think like there was military involved.
Yeah, but like certainly, the original book, no, not at all.
Not a sausage.
I know from the radio broadcast because I have listened to that. Like, there's military. It's, like the first half of the radio broadcast is the invasion.
Yeah,
and it's following like the military responding to the invasion, and then the second half is following the guy.
Yeah, I think the book is just like, I mean, he may hear incidentally about things, but again, yeah, it's really just following someone trying to survive the fucking madness.
It is seriously so incredible that people got whipped into a frenzy thinking it was real.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not nice to, like, laugh at that, but it's incredible. Like, when has that ever happened before?
Always
if you listen to it, like, it really does sound like if you missed the opener where it's like
where they're like, and now we present,
the Orson Welles' radio theater.
Plus, like, nobody's reading sci-fi, so nobody's read this shit probably. I mean, somebody has, but not many people. Yeah, that's what a fucking time to have been alive. I
don't know. People are fucking gullible. Like,
always have been.
Anything today. I was watching like Jordan Klepper talking with MAGA nuts, and it's like, Jesus Christ, the things they believe.
Yeah, no, it's astounding. Truly stupid.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I would prefer it if we had a radio broadcast of a fake war and people bought it. That would be much better. Because maybe we'd get lucky and some of those MAGA crazies would bury themselves in whatever sort of fallout shelters we know they've been building for decades and wouldn't reemerge forever.
Just starve in there.
It would turn out that they had all the canned goods they needed, but they forgot about air.
Or a can opener.
Oh no, or their glasses.
All the time in the world to read.
You won't read. They wouldn't read.
Well, I just meant because she was...
Yes.
Speaking of reading, I have 2 books to bring up, and they're both books I brought up before because they're good books. One is Ender's Game. The book is very good. The military element of it is fucking fascinating. Like that's the thing I do like the most about Ender's Game is how they fight their war, and it's very interesting. And they just use people as the same way Zap Brannigan does. I send out waves and waves of my own men at them, and Jesus Christ.
Gladly sacrifice waves and waves of my own men.
You suck.
And the other book, which is military and sci-fi, but the military and the sci-fi don't entirely meet, which is interesting, is in Slaughterhouse 5.
I've never read any Vonnegut, dude. I gotta fix that.
You should definitely read some Vonnegut.
I know. How is it really? Tell me I don't even know what Slaughterhouse 5 is about.
It's best to just jump in.
But
dude gets unstuck in time.
For the sake of this podcast,
it's about fucking aliens.
I'm in.
Wait, fucking aliens or fucking aliens?
Both.
Okay.
All right,
she's a
I'm
human,
in.
isn't she? Damn it.
All right, I'm out again. God damn it.
The aliens make the humans fuck. It's cute.
Yeah.
No, it's
it's the inspiration for the cage. I would wager.
Ooh. Just picturing The Rock making the Lois and
Peter
Griffin
basically what they
dolls
want
fuck.
to do with Vina and Pike.
That's true.
Is what they make Billy do with the movie star. Yeah, no, Slaughterhouse 5 is very good. It's a quick read. I've read it in like an afternoon once on speed, but you can do it.
Yeah, or get an audiobook of it.
Would we say that 1984 or Fahrenheit 451 count? Not at all?
Military?
Definitely not Fahrenheit 451. You don't see the military at all.
I guess it's
I guess we've always been at war.
With Oceania?
Like, there is
Eurasia
war and shit
or-
happening in the background with both, but... Yeah, no, it's... I mean, Fahrenheit 451, you strictly follow Guy Montag, and he's a fireman, and...
Cool. I was just asking.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah. Again, it's in the background the whole time, certainly. But it is not the main focus.
What about the X-Men? Like, who sends out the Sentinels?
Oh, the government.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, when you get into that, like... Yeah, then you open up...
That's the beginning of the...
I mean, Captain America is an army experiment. So, and that's the thing is, there is this, like, inevitable... It's weird that, like, you never see, like, superhero stuff classified as science fiction, even though it is.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's because it gets separated into its own sort of special pocket of
Superman
things.
should count, though. And actually, so should Watchmen.
He's not military.
Yeah, but he helps the U.S. government in military stuff and punches
Depends
Nazis, doesn't
on
he?
the...
All right, well then what about Watchmen? Because the comedian and all of them actually go to Vietnam.
Yeah, but again, I think that gets complicated. And again, the military part isn't the focus of Watchmen.
I guess.
It's tricky.
Yeah, it is tricky. Yeah, just having the military involved is...
Yeah, are they pivotal? Are they fully fleshed?
I'm naming every movie where anybody in a soldier's
Yeah,
outfit shows
yeah,
up, and
that's
you
not-
guys are like, no.
Also, I think it's just, again, it's because of the weird nature. Like,
Any
I
of
feel
the Zap Brannigan episodes of Futurama. Actually,
Yeah.
that does fit.
Yeah,
Damn it.
yeah. Like,
Because he is a
comic
fully fleshed character.
comic book stuff, I feel like, is its own thing.
Any questions?
What about that might also be a stretch. I was gonna say, what about the Fifth Element?
I gotta rewatch Fifth
Because there's the
Element.
big
Oh,
military.
how have we not done that yet for this fucking show?
Corbin is working for the military.
Yeah, he's ex-military who gets called back in to kind of technically, like, for whatever reason, they can't be seen to be involved, so they hire him to do it for them. That's a little... I would say no.
Yeah, I would too. I wouldn't think of that as military science.
No.
Good
I
fucking movie,
don't even remember the details. So.
We need to get that on the schedule.
We do.
Yeah.
That's such a good
one.
movie, and
is.
I haven't seen it since the first time I saw it, which means I am long overdue.
Was that the one we saw in the planetarium?
I think we saw multiple movies in Planetarium.
Well, we saw Galaxy Quest.
We
at the
saw
Planetarium.
Galaxy
Quest.
Quest, but
That fucking ruled.
I think we might have also seen.
He's discovered acting.
I have told that story to so many people because I love it so
Such a
much.
good line.
Because Alan Rickman is fucking king and Tim Allen is absolute garbage.
Is Galaxy Quest military sci-fi? Because
That's a good point. Yeah. We do bring the Thermians into battle against the.
We don't know enough about their system of government to really know.
Plus, I'm saying that we're covering things that are non-Star Trek, and Galaxy Quest is Star
It's
Trek.
true. It's
guys.
one of the best
It's
Star
the
Trek
best
movies.
Star Trek movie, yeah.
I know. At the very end, I want to do a best sci-fi movie, and sadly, Galaxy Quest is going to have to be off the list because it's Star Trek.
Yeah. I mean, look, they've now made a Hallmark protector ornament. It is Star Trek
We
now.
have it right here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's very cute. Let's wrap up because those
Yeah.
are all the ones that I could think of and more.
Mm.
Anyone have favorites?
Yes. I'm gonna go with Edge of Tomorrow,
Yeah.
the film version of Starship Troopers,
Good. I'm glad that's on the list.
and the Mass Effect trilogy.
I'm gonna say Stargate, the franchise. If you need a screenshot, pick one of Stargate SG-1.
SG-1, yeah.
Battlestar Galactica
Oh, yeah. Good one.
and Aliens.
Cool. I'm going to go with... Where's my list? I have it ready. I have to go with The Expanse. I fucking love The Expanse. They do a great job with it. I'm also going to say Aliens because I ship Ripley and Hicks hard. And my third, I actually left this blank. I'm going to give it to Ender's Game just because it's such an interesting portrayal.
I have not read that in so long. I really should do it again at some point.
Yeah, the movie is meh. The book is
That's not a surprise.
very good. How about Caitlin?
Caitlin doesn't have a lot of opinions.
I mean, just by virtue of having Garrus, surely you must think Mass Effect.
Yeah, but I've never played it. Not really. I've just watched it.
I'd say watching it counts.
Alright,
I haven't
fine.
I haven't played a lot of video games, and when we get to our video game day, it's probably going to be all ones I've watched Jake play.
Alright, I guess a Mass Effect can happen. I haven't seen all of Babylon 5, but I really liked what I saw. So I guess I could say Babylon 5. And so I just realized I was whispering shh.
I can tag this one Asmer, and those people will flock
good.
to us.
I always think to myself, are we making enough people come? No, not thinking that. Starship Troopers, I guess.
Yay!
That's a good
It's very good.
It's very good. Yes.
I'm surprised Jake didn't say Starship Troopers, but
No,
we got to see them last week. So.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to...
Yeah, it was nice of you to give some of the rest of us a fucking chance, you
Add some
know?
variety.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it last week. I wanted to save it for this week because it felt more appropriate for me.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad it's on both lists because it is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, it is.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Oh, wait, did I not say... Wait, we said Galaxy Quest doesn't count. Never mind.
You know, I was thinking about Galaxy. Now that I've always thought this, and now that I have a model, I can actually demonstrate. So when they first launched the Protector in the film,
it doesn't make sense.
it's scraping the front along the edge.
Mm-hmm.
How does that not shear off the wing?
They do show it at kind of an angle.
But it would have to be at such an extreme
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah,
And
Laredo would have
then when
destroyed
it
that
pops
ship.
out at the
it's
end,
fine, yeah.
it's fine.
They
and
definitely fudged
it
that.
like clipped through the
Maybe the
space
wings
station or
fold
something.
in.
Sure, let's go with that.
Maybe they didn't want you to overthink this particular issue, which was their first mistake when making a sci-fi film, because everyone's going to overthink everything.
Mm-hmm. Well,
what are we going to overthink
next week? We're going to, if I can pick up this damn card, we're going to overthink the next episode of Star Trek Discovery.
The Sanctuary.
The Sanctuary. The new episode of Star Trek Discovery. The Sanctuary. That's season 3, episode 8. Holy shit, we're just burning through. We're Michael Burnhaming through this season.
No, you should have just left it with Burnham because of the Burnham.
Yeah.
How many episodes are there?
8. And then probably a few more after that.
Well, it's
at least 8.
I think 13.
10 or 13.
It's not 10. It's more than 10.
Okay. More than kin, less than
Stay
kind.
tuned to find out how many.
13.
Oh, there we go. Never mind. Stay tuned anyway.
And how will you stay tuned? By following us on your favorite podcasting supplier. Could be anything. Could be Apple. Could be Spotify. Could be YouTube. Could be whatever the fuck you want. We don't judge. That's happening next week. You can catch us online. You can also find us on Tumblr, SSHP Podcast, Blue Sky, also SSHP Podcast, SSHP.com, and Facebook.com/something search. Facebook.com/search. My name has been Jake.
This has been Chris.
This has been Ames.
And this is always Caitlin, except when it's not.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm meeting you halfway, you filthy hippies.
Someone
hippies.
needs to cut those together.
Kill the bugs.
I'm doing my part, followed by
I'm
meeting you halfway, dirty hippie.
That would be good.
I nominate Jake.
There we go.
Me too. Oh, can you say it again and I won't say anything? Because I don't want to look this fucking stupid on the radio.
I said it a few minutes ago.
Can you cut it what I said then?
I'll do my best.
Cut it.
Straight to the end credits.
Damn it! But my Crocodile Dundee summary. Wow, you're just mad because you wanted to tell it yourself and you kept interrupting me and I didn't.
No, I was trying to stop it.
Well, that was a fool's
Can't
errand.
stop the signal, Chris.
And in fact, maybe I'll talk about it again right now.
Oh no.